What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Eastern Angling. Today we got a special video for you guys, but first we gotta feed the pet bass. Oh, he smoked it. That fish is so aggressive. I cannot believe how aggressive that fish is. Oh, and yeah, make sure you guys comment down below. What should I name both of these bass? I still haven't picked a name for them, surprisingly, so go ahead and comment down below what you want to see me name these fish. Oh yeah. Got him. That is insane. I cannot believe how aggressive these bass are. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Eastern Angling. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. Today we got a special video for you guys. I have not done anything like this in quite a while, but what we're going to be doing today is a quick overview of some of my favorite techniques, tips, and baits of catching bass in the summertime. Now currently it is July, it's hot, the bass are biting. Undoubtedly one of the best times of year to fish is in the summertime. Now I'm going to be going over some of my favorite baits to use, some of my favorite techniques, tips, spots to fish, all that stuff. Anyways, you guys stay tuned, enjoy the video. Okay guys, so now we're going to get into the main event of this video. As you read by the title, Top 5 Summer Bass Lure. Now I'm going to rank these baits from 5 to 1, and I'm going to start off with number 5. So one of my favorite lures to throw in the summertime for bass has got to be a chatterbait. Now I like this bait especially when you're throwing it on, like, say, an overcast day when the sun is behind the clouds. The fish are a little more aggressive, especially towards these faster moving baits. I also like to throw this bait in the morning and in the evening because that is when those fish are going to be most aggressive. As with some more of these baits, which I'll be talking about in 1 second. But this is just one of my favorite summer baits. You can throw this bait in the fall, the spring, the winter. You can really use this bait anytime. It's just such a great summertime lure, especially early in the morning and late in the evening when those fish are really going to be at their fullest aggression, hunting those bait fish. So throw this thing around vegetation. I like to throw it parallel to like a grass mat or a lily pad area. I mean, this bait is just wonderful. It's killer. It catches so many fish. I cannot emphasize that enough. I just love this bait in the summertime. I like to throw it around. I like to throw it parallel to vegetation. So if you got a big mat of grass, throw it parallel to the edge of that, and fish will come out from that grass to hit this bait, and you will catch so many fish. So number 4 on my list has got to be a flipping jig. Now this is black and blue. If you're in clear water, you're going to want to use a green pumpkin. If you are in murky water, you're going to want to use something like this, like a black and blue. I have a little crawfish trailer on there. This is a flipping jig. I believe it's made by Strike King. Now this is a bait you're going to want to use around cover, such as laydowns, logs, brush piles. In the summertime, fish spread out, so you can find fish pretty much anywhere. So a lot of times what you'll do, take a jig like this, flip it towards a dock or a brush pile, and you'll get some big bites on a jig, especially a big flipping jig like this. Now number 3 has got to be a Texas rigged flipping punching style bait. Now you can do a variety of things with a bait like this. This is a beaver bait made by Reaction Innovations. I'll link their products below. Great company. Very high quality baits that catch tons and tons of fish. As with the jig, I prefer green pumpkin for clear water and a black and blue for muddy water. Now, I like to Texas rig this bait and throw it around sparse, thick vegetation. If you have a big line of matted grass or a bunch of lily pads, put a 1/2 ounce bullet sinker on there with a peg and just punch it in there, and you'll catch a lot of fish. Especially in the summertime when it's hot and those fish are tucked up in that vegetation, hiding from the sun, waiting for something to fall through that vegetation that they can eat, and that is a great presentation for that kind of fishing. All right, number 2 is a wacky rigged Senko or stick bait. Now this is the Yum 5-inch dinger. This is green pumpkin, like I said, clear for clear water, green pumpkin. Murky water, you're gonna want to throw black and blue. I like to wacky rig this bait. It's so versatile and looks so natural in the water. Of course, you can Texas rig it, you can Carolina rig it, you can pretty much anything with a Senko. Now, I like to throw this thing near vegetation, especially in the morning when those fish come out to feed. You can really throw this bait anywhere. I really like it for pond fishing. Very versatile bait, and you can catch big bass on this. I actually caught my PB of 7.24 pounds on a wacky rig Senko. Now that right there is one of the best baits for any time of year, but especially in the summertime. Looks like I left my number 1 bait over there. Let me go get it. Where's my number 1 bait? Here it is. Sorry about that mishap. Well, there we go. We got number 1 on my top 5 summer bass fishing lures list has got to be a topwater frog. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you guys know I love throwing topwater frogs. And that bait is killer early in the morning, late in the evening, or on a cloudy day when the sun is tucked behind the clouds. Whenever it's not as hot outside, those fish are going to be very aggressive, and a frog is one of the best ways to catch those fish. Now, I like to throw it around lily pads, matted grass. Find the thickest vegetation you can and throw it right over the top, and they will come up and smoke it. Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick little tips and tricks bass fishing episode. I hope you guys will take these tips on the water with you and use them to your advantage. Catch some fish. Go out there, think about what you're doing, strategize, look for those fish, use the correct baits according to what you're doing, and you will catch a lot of fish. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. If you liked it, be sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're new, you're not going to want to miss some of the stuff we got coming in the near future. Be sure to hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.